Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Stock My Closet. For today's project, I have taken 1 meter silk embroidered fabric. It has this beautiful floral embroidery all over, and 3 meter plain silk fabric. And this is the measurement I'm using. You can adjust it according to your requirement. Firstly, I'll cut the bodies. This is the whole length of fabric. I have folded it twice in width. So I have 4 layers of fabric. I've left out this plain fabric. In my measurement, body's length is 14 inch. I'll add 1.5 inch for seam allowance. So I'll mark a point at 15.5 inch. Now I'll cut it out, and this leftover piece will be sleeves. So I've cut out the bodies. Now firstly I'll cut the front. I have folded it by half in width. Now I'll mark the measurements. For shoulder, take half of shoulder width. In my measurement, shoulder width is 13.5 inch. So half of it is 6.75 inch. Neck width is 3 inch. Mark half inch downwards for shoulder slope and join it to the neck width point. From this point, mark half of armhole round, that is 7 inch in my measurement. If you are making sleeveless dress, then deduct half inch from the armhole. I'll extend this point. Mark 1 inch inwards. And again join it to the shoulder slope point. Now from the top, I'll mark a point at 10.5 inch, shoulder to burst point. Extend these points. Now I'll mark the round measurements. For chest, I'm adding 2 inch of ease. In my measurement, chest round is 31 inch. 31 plus 2 is 33. And dividing it by 4, I'll get 8.25 inch. For burst, I'm adding 3 inch of ease. In my measurement, burst round is 32 inch. 32 plus 3 is 35. And dividing it by 4, I'll get 8.75 inch. For waist, I'm adding 2 inch of ease. In my measurement, waist round is 28 inch. 28 plus 2 is 30. And dividing it by 4, I'll get 7.5 inch. Now I'll join these points. Give slight curve to this pointed shape. Adding around 1 inch of seam allowance. Now I'll draw front and back armhole curves. So this is a marking for front. Now I'll cut it. So I've cut the front. Now I'll cut the back. So this is for back. Again, I have folded the fabric. Always keep the print direction in mind while folding the fabric. Now, from the unfold side, I leave around half inch of seam allowance. Mark the same point till bottom. Join these points. The seam allowance is for back zipper. I'm going to add this concealer zipper on the back. Now place the front, taking this line as center. And now I'll cut it. Cut the back from the center as well. Now I'll cut the front armhole curve. So this is front bodies and this is back bodies. So I've cut the bodies, now I'll cut the sleeves. So this is the leftover piece and I folded it twice in width. So I have 4 layers of fabric. Now I'll mark the measurements. In my measurement, sleeve length is 12 inch. I'll add 1.5 inch for seam allowance. So this is around 13.5 inch of fabric. From the top, mark a point at 3.5 inch. This is gap height. Gap width or armhole width will be chest round divided by 4 minus 1 inch. In my measurement, chest round is 32 inch. 32 divided by 4 is 8 and 8 minus 1 is 7. So I'll mark a point at 7 inch. Join these points. Now measure this line and divide it into 3 parts. This is around 8 inch. So I'll mark a point at 2.6 inch twice. From this point, mark ½ inch upwards. And from this point, mark ½ inch upwards and 0.25 inch downwards. Now I'll draw front and back armhole curves. Now mark half of sleeve round. In my measurement, sleeve round is 11.5 inch. So half of it is 5.75 inch. Now join these points with a curve ruler to give slight shape. Adding seam allowance. So this is a marking for sleeves. Now I'll cut it. Now take top 2 layers to cut the front armhole curve. So I've cut the sleeves, now I'll cut the bottom. For bottom, earlier I have planned to make half circle skirt, but fabric width is not enough for required length. So now I'm just making box pleat bottom. In my measurement, waist round is 28 inch and I'm adding 2 inch of ease. You need to add same ease as you added in bodies. 28 plus 2 is 30. So waist round is 30 inch. Next is pleat size. I'm taking it 3 inch. You can make it less or more as per your choice. So waist round is 30 and pleat size is 3. Now for number of pleats, you need to divide waist round by pleat size. So 30 divided by 3 is 10. That means I need to make 10 pleats, 5 for front and 5 for back. Width of fabric is 44 inch. I folded it by half. For ready 3-inch pleat, we need 6 inch of fabric. I'll leave 2 inch for seam allowance. I'll mark a point at 6 inch and 3 inch. Hatch the points like this. So this is one pleat. So I've added another pleat. This is just to give you an idea. For box pleat bottom, we just need a rectangular piece of fabric. No cutting is required. We just add pleats according to the waist round. And because of pleats, you will get enough volume for the bottom. So with this, cutting of my dress is completed. I have cut round shape for both front and back. And to finish the neckline, I'm using piece of plain fabric as facing. Place the facing on the neckline, right sides together, and make a stitch on the neckline shape from the wrong side. So I made a stitch on the neckline. Now I'll trim the facing in the neckline shape. Now make small cuts all around the neckline. Now turn around this facing towards the wrong side. Fold and iron the facing. So I have folded and ironed the facing, and this is how it looks. Now to secure it, you can make stitch or you can do invisible hemming. So front neckline is ready. Now I'll finish the back. On the back, firstly I'll attach the zipper and then I'll finish the neckline. So this is back. Firstly I'll attach the zipper, and for that I have overlocked both edges and I have folded and ironed the seam allowance on both sides. Now I'll attach the zipper. I'm using zipper foot to attach zipper. Place the zipper on the bodies, right sides together, and make a stitch as close to the teeth as you can. I have a detailed video on how to attach invisible zipper. If you want step-by-step instructions, you can check it out. I'll share the link in the description box. So I've attached one side. Now when you turn around the seam allowance towards the wrong side, this is how it will look. Now I'll attach it on the other side. So I've attached the zipper and this is how it looks. Now I'll finish the neckline using facing as I did for the front neckline. Finish the bottom round of the sleeves. Just double fold the fabric and make a stitch on the inner edge to secure it. Similarly, I'll finish the other sleeve. Firstly, I'll finish the bottom round and I'll just overlock the other side. Just double fold the fabric like this and make a stitch on the inner edge to secure it. So I finished the bottom round and I have overlocked the top edge. Now I'll do marking for pleats. I'll leave around 1.5 inch for seam allowance. I'm taking pleat size 3 inch. So for 3 inch pleat I need 6 inch of fabric. If you're making 4 inch pleat, you will need 8 inch of fabric. If you're making 2 inch of pleat, then you will need 4 inch of fabric. So I'll mark a point at 6 inch and center of it, that is 3 inch, and I'll mark 4 inch downwards. So this is one pleat. This is a center point. Now I'll leave 3 inch of fabric. I'll show you why I have left this. Again, I'll mark 6 inch and the center point at 3 inch. Again 4.5 inch downwards. and so on. Now for each pleat, I'll just join these two lines like this, and I'll make a stitch till this end point. So I made a stitch. Now similarly I'll stitch the other pleat. Similarly, iron all the pleats. I've left 3 inches of space between each pleat because we need space when we press down the pleat. So I've ironed the pleats and this is how it looks from the right side. Now I'll attach the bodies with the bottom. Place the bodies on the bottom, right sides together, and make a stitch. So I have attached bodies and bottom. Now I'll overlock it. So I have attached bodies and bottom. Now keep the seam allowance direction upwards and make a top stitch. Similarly, I'll attach the back side. So I have attached bodies and bottom on both front and back side. Now place the front on the back and stitch shoulder slope on both sides. So I have attached the shoulder slope. Now I'll attach the sleeves. Place the sleeve on the bodies, right sides together. Match the center, front and back armhole curve and make a stitch. So I have attached the sleeve. Now I'll overlock it. Similarly, I'll attach the other sleeve. So I have attached both sleeves. Now lastly, I'll stitch the side fitting seam on both sides, starting from the sleeve round. And with this, my dress is completed and this is how it looks. Thanks for watching guys. Hope you like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and do share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.